The Pilliga Nature Reserve is one of the hidden gems of the Australian bush. 550 kilometres northwest of Sydney, the reserve contains a treasure trove of Indigenous cultural sites spread out across its 200,000 acres of untouched bushland. For Australia's Indigenous peoples, these Sandstone Caves are a cherished ancient site, filled with rock carvings and signs of life dating back tens of thousands of years. On the walk into the caves, you can see some of Australia's beautiful native plants, like these blooming golden wattles and purple sarsaparilla. For the Indigenous Gamilaraay people, the Sandstone Caves are a site of great spiritual significance. Before the arrival of European settlers in the late 18th century, it was a busy meeting point for different Aboriginal nations to come together and share their cultures. Gamilaraay man Brett Ashby has been conducting tours of the caves for decades and says the caves were once used for all aspects of traditional life.
So you can sleep here, you can have the fires going there, you're free from reptiles and mosquitoes and flies and things like that, but it is a gathering place. It's on the edge of country here. It's where a lot of people would come and visit to conduct business and trade, work on future ceremonies, weddings, a whole heap of business.
Ancient artwork left behind by Aboriginal people in this region often come in the form of rock carvings of animals or the tracks they leave behind. It's estimated these stone carvings date back tens of thousands of years. And despite some damage being done to the site since it was first opened to the public decades ago, Brett and the local Gamilaraay community continue to protect the site from further destruction. These grinding grooves found throughout the site were traditionally used to sharpen tools and weapons, shaping the sandstone from repeated use. This site here was traditionally used by younger men to conduct trade and other matters, while this site further down was reserved for the older men, and here you can see some broader grinding grooves used for larger tools and weapons, which sit alongside the ancient artwork. But there are also a number of secret areas leading out from the caves, exclusive to men or women, where traditional ceremonies still take place and oral histories can be passed down. And Brett's hopeful the younger generation will continue to be part of sharing that story in the years to come.
I'd love to get more of the younger kids and community involved in the delivery of the message of here. So I'm hopeful that in 10, 12 years' time, we've got a new generation coming through to keep this rolling and to build on it. So, I think the way the world is and the way for Aboriginal people and communities are, we have to really look at social enterprise and getting things created at the local level because the opportunities are just not there and they're diminishing more and more. It's up to community to come together collectively and look at ways in which we can champion that cause together.
Walking through the site, it's easy to miss these mysterious deep pockets carved into the stone. They used to be holding wells, shaped out of the fragile sandstone by native Australians to store water from nearby rivers. The walls of the wells have since been damaged and collapsed, but the signs of their use live on through the walls of the carved rock. And from the sky, you can see the top of the caves overgrown by thick bushland, obscuring a winding network of tunnels that run deep into the cliffside. For Brett Ashby, words can't do justice to his connection to the land where his ancestors walked, but he does hope others might come to understand it more in time.
I am this country is me, if that makes sense. I belong to it, the same way it belongs to me. So my ancestors were custodians here. I feel like I'm doing my share as a custodian too. You need a week out here to really appreciate the country, and some of the places that you'll get to visit and explore, such as this, will really open your eyes, and you don't have to travel thousands of kilometres or overseas to get that experience.